herself, but this one's a little too steep for her, so.
The majority of the first week or so back in Maine was spent watching friends launch and generally just preparing Norna to get her ready for her launch.
Alright, well, good news. Right now, Pete is rinsing the ducks down.
Add water. If they're full down, I'm a water baby. Rinse our mast off of them.
And there. And I haven't seen one drip. All the spars are now on the boat. And the last boat to be moved ahead of us is now being moved. Dinghy's good to go, ready to go. Norna's ready to go. The way is clear. Whoa.
After testing everything we needed to test, the engine, the alternator, the bilge pumps, and many other chores, the rest of it was spent waiting. There was definitely a little more anticipation and anxiety that we'd like to admit.
The truck is here to come get Norna. Do that again, Pete. Well, the truck is here.
We had felt a sense of overwhelming accomplishment, but also a sense of, well, we weren't even really sure what we were feeling.
Mast is on its stand thing now, waiting to go on the truck, and we're now preparing the jack stands to load the truck.
Seeing Norna come out of the shed, out of the dark building, into the sunlight was an amazing sight to see. After a 2-year restoration aboard, we were definitely ready to see her go back in the water. Next stop, Atlantic Boat Company, where we would rig the mast.
Holy cow! Here's the crane here for the mast. These guys were really kind to let us put our mast up before they went home today.
It took an hour.
Good? You see the bowling?
Yep.
How easy is it? Help her pull that curtain.
Okay.
This way. See how the boat's leaning just a little bit that way?
Yeah.
And the mast is.
It was July 4th, Independence Day weekend here in America, and that weekend was spent doing rigging.
Alright, that was the worst one, I think. I got one more that might get us a little trouble here. Alright, you gotta go out and around that inner headstay first.
Untangling lines.
Just like that, yep. Now, let me see it.
It's stuck on the...
Well, it got tangled on the other line.
Yeah, that thing we're using.
So go back and go out and around that other line too, I think. Wait a minute. Man, you gotta go all the way out and around the outer one.
Yeah. Oh, the outer one too?
Yeah, and
This isn't long enough.
I know, come here. Tie a line to it.
Okay.
Tie a piece of line to it. And throw it down to Courtney. She can walk it around for you.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta untangle this stuff all up here before we can put the yard arm up. But before we can even do that, we gotta untangle that stuff up there so we can just move the yard. Because we're gonna use a purchase to move the yard.
There you go. Let it come back a bit. Looks like it's wrapped around the light or something. Oh, I see it. Hold on. There we go.
Yay!
Okay, now go out and around the headstay again, Courtney.
Okay.
That's gonna be a cool video.
It is, actually.
Okay, Evan. Now it should pull down. Now hook that. That's gonna hook to the yard, that end.
Yeah.
So just tie it to the handrail like you did on the other side.
Okay.
And then this one.
I'm gonna untie this black line.
We tried to put this bowsprit up earlier, and we haven't done it in a few years. And we forgot that we should just loosen the turnbuckles. Just loosen those turnbuckles there, and that would have made the whole life easier. Got the boom and the gaff boom up. We don't have the rig fully tight. See, it's kind of wiggly loose. But we have the two headstays, for the most part, up, and the running backs on. Now we just gotta tighten all these up. We've tightened them, but not fully. It's a loose rig, these Deadeye rigs.
We fully tighten them when we go in the water.
And what we usually do is what he's on right now is the purchase for the mainsail that raises and lowers the mainsail. So we just use that purchase to tighten these Deadeyes. So we tie the Deadeyes to that and use that purchase to really yank it. But usually when we put the mast on, we want to just make sure that all of the standing rigging is free. So that way when we put the mast up, we just get the standing rigging all looped around, and that one. And then the crane can go away after we tighten these up a little bit, and that one. And then we can put the bowsprit out and put that last pin in. And yeah. This is parcel and served rig. This stuff is not these two. That's like the halyard to pull the jib sail up, and I think that is too, to pull the inner jib and the outer jib. And this is actually stainless, both of these, because we have hank-on jibs on both of these. So you can't have parcel and served rigging on hank-on, because the hanks will rip the serving in the parcel. So yeah, we lost our VHF antenna way up there, unfortunately, on the way, which we didn't realize until after the crane was hoisting us. Pete actually has to climb up there and put that antenna up there. Yard arm is up. Norna is ready to launch tomorrow with the tide. Once Norna launches, she'll launch at this boat launch right here, and then she'll go out to that mooring field out there. So we'll probably launch with a tide and then sit and wait for a little while, make sure that we're keeping up with the bilge pumps. And then once we get the motor all running and everything ready to go, we'll move over there to one of the moorings. Wow. We are launching. You ready to go on the boat, Layla? Are you ready? Little nubbies. Are you ready to go on the boat? Are you ready? Yep. So far, so good. She's in. She's not even really taking on any water.
Dinghy's over there. We ran the engine at the dock for a few hours just to make sure that the engine was working good. Temperature looks good. Weeping a little, but not terrible. We've been cranking on that thing a little bit here and there. I'm gonna go get the dinghy all cleaned out and make that nice for the being out at the mooring. Many thanks to all of our friends who came to our launching, bringing books and flowers and snacks and beers, celebrating this awesome adventure of launching Norna. Amen. You're on someone's
This is so nice.